In Unit 4, we really get into the heart of our material as we learn about our Project Learning Tree, Project Wild guides. If you haven't already, now's the time you'll want to begin looking through the guides. You'll find activity-based lesson plans which are designed to teach individual concepts, or they may be combined as part of a conceptual storyline, all of which support quality environmental education. Now let's take a look at the Project Wild K-12 guide, since everyone will use this guide not only in this course, but in your educational methods classes as well. The guide begins with an introduction and a background which details the components of the guide. Immediately following the introduction, you'll see that the lesson plans begin. So we'll use the example titled No Water Off a Duck's Back on page 305. Each activity includes a statement of the instructional objective, a brief description of the instructional method used, a list of materials, educator background, step-by-step procedures, and several evaluation ideas. Several activities also include variations or alternate procedures. In the small box at the bottom of the first page of the activity, you'll find a summary of the suggested appropriateness based on the grade level, duration, group size, and location, either indoors or outdoors. It's important to note that the grade level reference is based on a correlation to national subject standards, not the ability of students to perform the activity. Activities may be adjusted by educators with broader grade levels as appropriate. Subject areas listed in the box indicate that the activity meets specific national learning standards for that discipline. The reference box also includes key terms relating to the activity appendices to note, and a list of concepts taught from the conceptual framework found on page 458. The conceptual framework topic reference codes in the box are specific only to the topic area under which the activity falls. The first two letters of the code indicate the topic section. Beginning in Unit 5, you'll start using the lesson plans found in the guides as you use various technology applications to create multimedia components that will be used in instruction. You'll also use the Project Wild Project Learning Tree as a guide for your final group project. For this project, you'll work collaboratively to choose a Project Wild or a Project Learning Tree activity and to deconstruct that activity into a 5E lesson plan model. The 5E lesson plan model consists of the following components: engage, explore, explain, elaborate or extend, and evaluate. You can find this table in the Unit 5 handout. You don't want to jump too far ahead just yet. We still have a lot to learn before embarking on our group project. We're going to create a newsletter for Unit 4. This newsletter will combine text and graphics to create an effective visual presentation of the history, philosophy, and materials that comprise the Project Wild and Project Learning Tree curriculum and instructional materials used in this course. For Assignment 4.1, you will use Microsoft Publisher or Microsoft Word to create a newsletter. You may not create a newsletter from scratch. Everyone must use a template. Create one single newsletter consisting of a 2-page minimum that examines both of the curriculum programs, Project Wild and Project Learning Tree. You may use images from ClipArt or from copyright-free images located on the World Wide Web. Using your own words, do not copy and paste. Respond to the prompts listed in the assignment instructions in a minimum of 3 sentences. Note, you may use your Project Wild and Project Learning Tree text materials as a reference. In addition to your text materials, you may review Project Wild and Project Learning Tree at their respective websites for help with the responses. You must create subheadings for each of the prompts as listed in the assignment instructions, a total of 6 subheadings for each Project Wild and Project Learning Tree. That is a combined 12 subheadings for the newsletter in total. You must use complete sentences for your responses. References must be included in your publication, both text materials and web resources. You will therefore have a minimum of 2 textbook citations and 2 website citations following APA guidelines. If you need assistance with your citations, you may use the examples found in the resources listed in the Unit 3 handout, as well as the Unit 4 handout. I encourage you to visit citefast.com especially if you have had trouble with your citations in Unit 3. CiteFast is an excellent tool used to create reference lists in APA format. You will not receive credit for incorrectly citing sources or for citing sources in any other format than APA. QR code is the trademark for a type of matrix barcode first designed for the automotive industry in Japan. A barcode is a machine-readable optical label that contains information about the item to which it is attached. Using the free online QR code generator at www.qrstuff.com, create a QR code to link viewers of your newsletter to both the plt.org and projectwild.org websites. You will have a total of 2 QR codes on your newsletter. Please be sure to proof your publication for the following quality issues. Font should remain consistent with the template. If you copy and paste from other documents, you may introduce new fonts into your publication. Appropriate graphics and clip art are used on the newsletter. A good resource for obtaining images is located in the assignment instructions. Unused template pages should be deleted before submitting. Scroll down to the bottom and check to see if you have any extra pages. Delete if necessary. Unused text and image placeholders should also be deleted. Save your newsletter as a finished document. It will either be a publisher or a Word file. You will also need to save it as a PDF for universal viewing. The computer you're working on may have this capability already. Simply go to File, Save As, and see if you see PDF as an option. If so, save it as such. You can also try Print to File and see if there is an option to print as a PDF. If so, choose this option and you can save, not actually print, as a PDF. If these options do not work for you, you can go to freepdfconvert.com and convert for free. Please refer to the assignment rubric before you submit your newsletter. I grade by using the rubric for each assignment. Double-checking against the rubric will help you to ensure that you have included all of the necessary components into your assignment. Once you're done checking against the rubric, submit your newsletter file and your PDF using this course submission tool. Finally, you'll need to insert your newsletter into your Google Sites portfolio. Write a paragraph of 3 to 5 sentences that describes your vision for integrating the Project Learning Tree Project Wild curriculum into your future classroom. Insert the paragraph in the text box area on the newsletter page of your Google Sites Course ePortfolio. Replace the placeholder text. Upload your completed newsletter as an attachment on the newsletter page on your Google Sites Course ePortfolio. You only need to attach your PDF version of your newsletter. Submit the URL to your Google Sites Course portfolio. I want to offer a few quick tips and reminders as there have been many of the same questions and issues arise thus far. First, please use the assignment rubrics. You can avoid the time and stress of having to revise and resubmit work multiple times if you make sure to check the rubric before you submit your work. Also, if you had trouble with APA citations, please make sure that you take the necessary measures to correct those issues before going any further in the course. It is imperative that you know how to cite correctly using APA format. You will also need to refer to the assignment submissions grading policy posted into the course announcements on September 7th, if you've not already done so. And lastly, please make sure to use only Blackboard email for course communications unless there is an urgent issue such as a problem with Blackboard. I want to remind you that I always post detailed instructions for the assignments and most often will post a video tutorial as well. Be sure to consult all of your resources when you have a question. You may also post into the Students Helping Students discussion board. This may be a quicker means of obtaining assignment information than waiting on an email from me. While I always try to respond as quick as I can, depending on the time of day or day of the week, it could take a little while, so please be patient. As always, I'm here to help any way that I can, so feel free to contact me whenever you need my assistance.